What's up, my I2 Fitness peeps? Today's video is going to be about which muscles to strengthen when you are running, especially when you're running consistently. It's really, really important. If we think about the nature of running, we're going to be running in a very linear pattern, okay? So that's going to be strengthening a certain amount of muscles. So it's really important that we strengthen the other muscles so we don't get imbalanced, okay? Have you ever heard, especially if this is you, have you ever heard of somebody saying like, I got a bad back, I got bad knees, right? If this is you, you definitely should be listening up, all right? And if you think about why that is, especially when they're running consistently, it's not working on the other muscles that are counterbalancing because your body works in opposition. If I flex my quad, my opposite muscles, my opposing muscles are going to be relaxed. So if I'm continuously, and in running, we're continuously focusing a lot on the quadriceps, okay? So it's really important that we work on those opposing muscle groups, okay? So if you're one of those people like, I have bad knees after a run, or bad back, okay? It's really important that you strengthen your posterior chain. Even if you don't have that pain, it's still gonna be really, really important that you strengthen your posterior chain. That means your low back, your glutes, and your hamstrings, okay? Very, very important that you strengthen them as you continuously run and you're consistently running, okay? Very, very important, okay? And I'm gonna show you a couple exercises that I like to do and I like to show a lot of my clients to do, especially if they're gonna be running very consistently. Okay, the first one is gonna be a glute bridge. So I'm gonna be right on the ground, and in a glute bridge, I'm gonna go sideways, you can see me. I'm gonna point my toes up, okay? Point my toes up, I'm gonna drive my heels into the ground. Okay, drive my heels into the ground, and I'm gonna come up here, okay? When I'm doing this exercise, I'm not just passively doing this exercise. I want you to think about your core super, super tight. I want you to think about your core as like a rock or a solid wall, and your glutes, your butt, is gonna try to bust through that wall. So they're kind of fighting each other. So I'm here, my glutes are gonna try to fire through this wall. I'm gonna try to stay super tight, come down. Some of them are shaking in this exercise, squeeze. So if I don't keep my core tight, my back can be arched like this. But I don't want that. I want to engage my core here. Oh, now my glutes are engaged. Now we're talking. So I'm squeezing the glutes, keeping the core super, super tight. Okay, so you want to do about, I'm aiming for about 10 to 15 before you run. Okay, so that's right before you run. Crank those out. And then you get back, you can do 15 more. Okay, so that's going to be strengthening your low back, glutes, and hamstrings. Okay, your whole posterior chain. Phenomenal exercise. Second one is going to be a lateral band walk. Okay, so you're gonna use some kind of band. I'm gonna show you with those as well too. This is gonna be strengthening your glute medius. Okay, so your glute maximus is a big muscle, the meaty part of your glute. Your glute medius is it's a very small muscle that has a lot to do with posture and form and lateral movements. Okay, if somebody slips and falls on the ice and you can't catch yourself, it's typically due a lack of strength in the glute medius, okay? So it's really, really important that we do that to strengthen it because it has a lot to do with form, posture, and to keep upright like Brandy was talking about in another video. So this is what we do. So if we think about it, when we're running, we're never doing lateral movements. We're always running, typically, in a straight line. So we're not getting, how do we strengthen our glute medius? Lateral movements. Hey, what do you know? Has a lot to do with posture and form too. So very, very important that you're doing this because you're not going to be getting this while you're running. So take a band, yoga band, whatever you got, put it around your foot, put it around your ankle. All right, here. So I'm here, I'm going to do a light squat here. I'm going to bring my butt out a little bit, anterior rotation in your hips, glutes, the abs tight, keep your abs super tight. And now I'm locked in place here. I'm gonna step here, I'm gonna lead, I'm gonna think about leading with my left, I'm going left right now, so I'm gonna think about leading with my left heel. I'm never releasing tension in the band. So I'm here, step. You notice how my feet, my toes are straight forward. That is key. Very, very, very important that your toes stay forward. And the reason for that is when I allow my foot to go out like this, like it wants to, I'm not getting that glute activation, that glute medius activation that I'm looking for. Okay, so it completely defeats the purpose of this exercise. So if we're walking like this, it ain't really doing that much. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys again in correct form. light squat, anterior rotation here in my hips. And when we do, step, lead with my heel, control. Control. I should feel this in my back glute. So most people feel here, you want to feel it in the back because you want to slowly bring this back. Slowly bring it back. Just like so. Keeping tension in the band the entire time, keeping my toes forward. And then I'm going back. We'll be, again, about 10 to 15 steps each direction. What I'm also focusing on is keeping all the weight on the outsides of my feet. So two tips here. Keeping your toes forward and keeping pressure on the outsides of your feet. Notice my knees didn't go in like this. We don't want that, right? Just like this. So we do 10 to 15 steps that way, 10 to 15 steps this way. So when I'm going right, again, I'm going to be thinking about leading with my right heel this time. Okay, so first exercise was the glute bridges. Second one was the lateral band walks. Quick variation here. If you only have this available, like these are the handles, totally cool. You don't have to go buy some other ones like that one. You can use these. Or the big circle ones, same thing. What you're gonna do, just rest it down. Go about shoulder width apart. You can cross these, pull it up. And then what I'm gonna do, step, just like I did before. Big key here, if you step really, really close like this, like I don't want you to do, well now, I ain't got nowhere to go, right? It's gonna get a lot harder. So make sure that you only go back to shoulder width. So again, I rest it down, go across, cross them, pull them back, only go back to shoulder width. 10, and then go the other direction. Okay, so those are some phenomenal exercises that you should be doing consistently 3 to 4 times a week to strengthen your glutes. Great for posture, and it's going to be great for your muscle development as you continue to advance your running. You're also continuing to strengthen your posterior chain as your development quads get stronger from the running. Your glutes and your posterior chain will develop very nicely, so then you won't have as many knee issues or back issues. So that's my tip of the day. Love y'all. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. See ya.